The DNC in Milwaukee still matters, but Joe Biden must actually go to Wisconsin often during the campaign. So write a pair of reporters in an opinion piece for the Fond du Lac Reporter, other Gannett papers around the state. Robert Weiner, one of those folks who joins us live on the First Midwest Bank Hotline here on WTMJ. We know, Robert, what the convention is not going to be. It's not going to have Joe Biden and Kamala Harris speaking live out of Milwaukee. They will not be probably in Wisconsin at all for that event. But your point being, they have to have a state presence moving forward after the convention here in Milwaukee in order to pull off the victory that they hope to achieve.
Well, that's true, Gene, and thanks to you and Jane for having me and Rachel for organizing it. We wanted to make the point that the platform matters. It's very important. People don't understand that the platform, when that party wins, becomes the legislation, much like when I served 16 years in Congress and 6 years in the White House on staffs, that the committee reports in Congress, the media just blew it. They never realized that the annual reports that lay out the agenda as voted by the committee become the bills. So they've lost their scoops by not doing those annual committee reports and reporting on what the committees are going to do. The platform is the same. This is what the White House, what the Congress, what both houses of Congress, the House and Senate, will be enacting. So you're talking about dropping Medicare from 65 to 60. You're talking about putting a public option in. You're talking about stopping zero greenhouse emissions, so greenhouse emission stoppage by 2030. You're talking about police reform, finally, that Mitch McConnell just is blocking, and you're talking about banning chokeholds and stopping police immunity. You're stopping children in cages. You're stopping the bluster about a wall. There's an enormous amount of significant things that will happen because of the platform. Having said that, which is the actual function of the Democratic National Convention, one of them to build policy, we believe, and I've been the media director, general press room director for the last 3 Democratic conventions. There is no media that's present in this one because there's no convention. It's sad. But that means that Joe Biden has to make it up. He and Kamala Harris have to make it up, and they have to go to Wisconsin. They have to go to Wisconsin, Pennsylvania, Michigan. They must go. They cannot let Donald Trump just go and chip away like happened last time until finally the L.A. Times poll showed 3 days in front that actually that Trump was ahead. That was an outlier, but it was enough in the Electoral College states to make the difference, the trending at the end after the Comey announcement, after that kind of thing happened. And there will be a Durham announcement. There'll be a foreign policy announcement. Now you have the Middle East peace somewhat deal. So there'll be these kinds of things that he'll chip away at. If we don't want to lose again the way that Obama lost North Carolina in 2012 after he won it in 2008, because the local organizing committee chair, Anthony Fox, who was the Charlotte mayor and Secretary of Transportation, told me that he's convinced, as I was, that Obama lost North Carolina the second time because Obama dissed North Carolina by not having the rally in the big stadium that he had promised. And so all these people traveled there. And that day they canceled it and went into a smaller place because of rain. Rain never happened. It was a horrible decision. That cost the state. Here we had promised that we would make a big deal for Milwaukee and for Wisconsin, and we pulled it away. And without even doing a speech in front of 100 spaced people in a big room, which could have happened, I think that was a big mistake. It can be made up by regular visits to the state during the election.
We know Trump is going to be coming. We know that his vice president is coming. We know that his son is going to be coming. We know that this week is going to start a bus tour, Women for Trump in Wisconsin. I would imagine that only adds to the urgency of a Democratic presence in person in the state.
Of course. Biden cannot hide in his basement, even though he's very effective on policy and demonstrating that there is a national COVID crisis, that we do have 170,000 dead, 3 times Vietnam War dead. It's real. Trump wants to ignore that. So the messaging on that, the American people overwhelmingly support Biden and the Democratic message on that because it's real and we're working with science. But having said that, you still have to find a way to show the states that matter. Wisconsin is urgent for that, of course, having been, a 17,000 vote margin last time, that we care, that we specifically care about you. So my message, and I sent it to the Biden press people, and we sent it all around. And by the way, it's not just the state U.S. Gannett narrative that's occurring. It's going to be the national Gannett. And so we've sent it around. We did a press release, a national press release on it, is that Biden must travel and find a way to do it, because Trump will, and he will run into the vacuum that Biden is creating if he does not travel and go to the key states. And you are key.
Robert Weiner, former Clinton White House spokesperson and author of a piece in the Gannett papers about Joe Biden needing to have a Wisconsin presence in order to succeed in November. Thank you so much for the time,
sure.
sir.
Thank you very much.